Hey guys, Saw Simon here with some bullshit info to feed your ridiculous Batman Arkham game desires. If you like the stuff I say, do yourself a favor and subscribe to my bullshit, otherwise you will have to listen to some other idiot's bullshit. Here we go. So I think it's safe to say we have a new Batman Arkham game coming with the teaser video and hashtag Snyder's slip up, and even Josh Keaton's tweet about working with Roger Craig Smith again, who voiced Batman and Robin in Arkham Origins. The most telling of all these things though would be Scott Snyder's deleted tweet of "Beware the Court of Owls." This is huge considering Snyder is one of two to have created the court and wrote the story, so it makes sense they would want his input and he would know something about the game. Plus he deleted his tweet, so why the hell would he do that unless somebody told him to, because you jumped the gun. Granted, we don't know anything for sure, and we have no street date or even a confirmation at this point, but when WB first informed us of Arkham Origins, it was revealed by the cover of Game Informer, so I mean, who knows what they're going to do this time. But let's press on. We do have a game coming, so if that is the case, what will this game be about? Rumors say the game could be called Arkham Legacy and will involve the Court of Owls along with the League of Shadows and Ra's al Ghul. At the same time, the Bat family as it is will be all playable. Who this could include besides Robin and Batgirl we will have to see. Maybe Dick has become Nightwing at this point, maybe not. Regardless of that, it would be cool to switch from Batman to Robin to Batgirl and just do their missions as you see fit and have them all doing a thing that overall contributes to the whole plot of the story. But what is the story, you ask? As I said, it will deal with the Court of Owls, the secret rulers hiding in the shadows of Gotham. If you don't know what the court is, you are on YouTube and you can search it, but basically they are a highly secret organization that has existed in Gotham since it started back in the 1600s. It's made up of the richest and most powerful families in Gotham, and they used highly skilled and trained assassins called Talons to eliminate their targets that they cannot control through fear. They also wear weird owl masks and have these crazy owl orgy parties like in that Tom Cruise movie Eyes Wide Shut. The League of Assassins, however, doesn't have time for owl orgy parties because they're too busy trying to save pandas from extinction. This is where they come in the story. Lady Shiva told Batman back in Origins that an organization she works for has taken an interest in him. This seems to set up the first encounter of Batman with the League and possibly Ra's, and maybe even Talia. If you don't know who or what the League of Assassins is, search it, but again, they are a secret group of assassins who work for Ra's. Basically, they destroy certain civilizations that have fallen in decline and have no other recourse to correcting themselves. In these instances, they just burn everything down and rebuild over the old. They also freelance as assassins and house sitters. Okay, so that is the groundwork for the game, I think. If you look at these three groups, the Bat Family, the Court, and the League, you can see one familiar thing with all three of them. Legacy. What will be their legacy? If you look at the title from this angle, it makes a lot of sense, especially when I spout out my next amount of bullshit. The Bat family has been cleaning up Gotham and gaining support from the people in the city. This gains the attention of the court, and they decide they need to stop Batman before it's too late for them, otherwise everything they have built could be lost. Their legacy. Batman's legacy is just starting. He has built something in Gotham, and now with Dick as Robin and hopefully Barbara as Batgirl plus Alfred, he has his own little family, something he might be able to pass on, his own legacy. Jumping slightly off point here, within the Bat family is another type of legacy. One of the Talons, an assassin for the Court of Owls, is named William Cobb. This man ends up being Dick Grayson's actual grandfather in the comics, but we'll get back to that in a bit. The League already has its legacy established, like the Court. However, Ra's is old and dying from all of his dips in the Lazarus Pit, so he needs to pass on his legacy to someone. Cue Lady Shiva tasking Batman with shit to do for them, and we are rolling. I believe these two organizations, the League and the Court, have a past that will be explored and be the backstory for Arkham Legacy. If you look back into the Arkham City lore tabs, you can find an interesting backstory on Ra's and Wonder City. There is a lot here, so I'm gonna sum it up, but I'll show you the cards as I talk. Ra's showed up to Gotham over 100 years ago wanting to buy some shitty part of Gotham with a bunch of gold. The elders of the city, I believe this is actually the Court of Owls, laughed at him until they saw the gold, and then they were like, oh shit, owl orgies forever. They sold it, and Ra's built Wonder City on the spot that secretly he knew had a Lazarus Pit underneath it. Making Wonder Tower also a lightning rod, Ra's knew he could rejuvenate people with the pit, but believed that with enough power the liquid could be supercharged to prevent even death. However, as time passed, the people went nuts from long-term exposure to the pit, and with Ra's doing nothing to stop it, the newly formed Gotham City Hall, which I believe is also the Court of Owls again, stepped in and quarantined everything in the city, sending the crazies to Arkham and closing down the city. As this happened, Ra's fled the city, and time moved on as Wonder City was built over and forgotten. But this feud between the two groups was put on hold until now. I think after Ra's fled, the court found the pit and discovered how to use it for their talents. So in my opinion, this is what I think the game's story concept could be like. Batman and company are gaining support from the city and people are hopeful. The court doesn't like this and decides to try and stop Batman by sending one of their assassins, a Talon, to kill Bruce Wayne, similar to the comics. FYI, the Talons are the court's assassins that are pretty much unkillable unless you have a certain serum that was developed by the court to stop them. Anyway, the assassin fails and it starts Bruce/Batman on a mission to find the court and end them. This will have Batman and company chasing down leads to find the court, with the Bat family having to fight randoms during gameplay. At the same time, the League will approach Batman with info on the court, helping Batman along so he can take out their enemy and they can regain the pit. This will also be a task that Ra's wants Batman to complete to prove his worthiness to lead the League of Assassins. The court will be sending their talons at Batman trying to end his life, and will somehow find out the League is involved and will end up unleashing a bunch of talons to kill everyone. FYI, normally there is only ever one talon activated at a time until a new one is, and then he has to take out the old one, blah 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 blah. Anyway, at some point there will be a huge fight around a Lazarus pit. A Talon will get knocked into the pit and something big will go wrong and everyone will have to escape the area. At this point, the Talon will escape the pit, having regained all of his former memories of his past life, because a Lazarus pit can't do this for a Talon. This Talon's name will be William Cobb. He will remember what the court did to him and kill all of them, taking it over for himself. He will then kidnap Robin, knowing that Dick Grayson is Robin, and want him to join him as the new leader of the court, Owlman, trying to build possibly his own legacy. At this point, Batman will be pissed that Dick got captured and want him back, fearing for him. Ra's will enter at this time and join forces with Batman to try and take down the court, because Owlman is going to wake up all the Talons and kill everyone in the city, taking it over. Ra's will have multiple reasons for wanting to stop the court at this point. Either it's his old feud, they could have Talia maybe, them using his pit, he sees that as a huge no-no, getting the pit back just in general, or just because of all the fucking owl orgies. Either way, this will be the end showdown, with all of these guys wanting to preserve their own legacies to live on. As a side note here, I know I haven't spoken a lot about Batgirl and her involvement with it, but she could also be involved with her own legacy, considering Commissioner Gordon is her father, and even though we haven't really heard anything about it, they do have another son in that family, James Gordon Jr., I believe is his name, and he's a complete psychopath. So having him in the game could also somehow tie into all of this overall story and have something to do with the Gordon legacy as well. In the end, Batman will win and keep the Batman legacy alive. Dick Grayson, I think, will have an eye-opening experience, and this will start his own legacy by becoming his own hero, Nightwing. Ra's will defeat the court and gain his victory, but I think it will be a hollow one for him. His main goal was to get Batman to take over his role, but we know Bruce won't do that. The League's legacy will live on, but it's slowly fading away with the Demon's Head. The court will be destroyed along with William Cobb, so this will end their legacy and all of those dirty fucking orgies. And that is my 2 cents on the matter. I think this makes a fair amount of sense, especially when looking at it from a legacy standpoint. Granted, I don't know shit about what's in the game, but these concepts sound pretty good to me. It takes a fair amount of stuff from the comics and other forms of Batman media as well. So, if you guys like it, hit some buttons for me. If not, well, you're probably banging owls and you're a sicko.